Hi guys, I am setting up to do a video for you guys to show you how I do my own hair from a different angle here. Turn on the light. Hi, bright sunshiny light. I am excited about working here. I'm having a great time in this place. I have so many people loving coming in here, and if you haven't come to visit me yet, then you need to because it's wonderful. I have some really great tools that I've been working with. You can kind of see everything in the background. That's why I set it up like this, so you guys could see the rest of the room and both sides of my hair. I'm actually going to move my salon chair a little bit. And what I'm going to do is grab my little box of CLIPPIES. And I've got these alligator CLIPPIES. If you don't have these, then please let me know. We'll get you some, okay? And I am going to take out my scrunchie thingy. It's one of those, some of us remember these as looking like telephone cords, but these are apparently the things that are keeping our hair healthy these days so that we don't ruin our hair. I have dried my hair halfway, so I'm only going to do part of the blowout with you all. But the reason I wanted to show you why, this is just a bottle of water. And so if you've had to do something with your hair and you have to come back with it like this, wouldn't it be great to be able to run a blow dryer through your hair and make it actually look salon ready even though you've done this? So I'm going to spray it with water, okay? You can use a primer if you didn't already do that, and a primer is something that protects your hair. And what this is doing is I'm just re-dampening it. I'm not getting it wet. Okay, you don't want to get it wet. You just want to get damp enough, and that's just the top layer right there. So hold on, let me get that section up, and I'm going to pin it. And then this side, the back I did not finish, and this is halfway done, but this is still damp too. I mean, this needs to be damp too. So let me dampen that a little bit. Okay, so now what I'm grabbing is my big round brushes. And just clean them, so I put them in the box so they can stay clean. And this is a great big one. This one is the ceramic ionic brush. I didn't get all the hair off of it. Ooh. And this is the number 65, okay? So this is the reason why we're getting into all these wonderful ceramic, ionic, titanium, all that stuff is that's just stuff that's going to preserve your hair, and it's going to make your hair so that it's not damaged when you're blowing it out. So when you're hearing me talk about that stuff, these are just new qualities of the modern appliances that we use for our hair to make it easier you can do more to it and do it with less damage. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and pop this up, but I am going to go ahead and drop this side because I did have to re-dampen this side. So this side, I'm gonna go ahead and finish it. Now this hair dryer is my GHD Air Elite, and this is a professional level hair dryer, and you can see I have one back there for sale. But this one they're very powerful. This one is 1875 watts. So the neat thing about it is as hot as it gets, it doesn't get hot as some, but it has all that modern technology in it. So when you're blow drying out your hair, you're not going to damage it as easily as you would with some of them. Like when I was growing up, we had what we call the Yellow Bird, and that was the best hair dryer out there. But now, the quality of these things is so much better. I mean, that was just so quick, and if you'd seen it when I started, I did spray it with water. So that, and I've got to get this little section back here. I can feel it's damp too. I'm grabbing that. And I'm blowing these ends towards the roots, okay? So that way I can get that rounded end to my hair. And the techniques I'm teaching you are techniques that you can do no matter what your texture of your hair is. Okay, so see this part needs to be touched up, so I'm going to just leave it all down right around there. I'm going to run through where I've sprayed. And you'll notice that when you blow dry your hair that it's harder to run the brush through with the blow dryer. when it's damp. The more damp it is, the harder it is to get the brush through. So you don't want to work too hard. That's why you want to get the hair mostly dry. My hair is almost completely dry, which is really too far, but my stuff is kind of advanced tools, so it makes it easier. So see, just that little bit just made it smoother. It's already looking better, right? Now on this section, this is what I consider to be the hardest section. So I'm going to come up underneath to get that volume in my crown. And then I'm going to hit that cold shot button on the hairdryer. If you don't have a cold shot button, most dryers do, but if you don't, then turn the air to cool on your hairdryer up, and then it'll cool it off enough to set the style in the direction that you're wanting your hair to go. And it really is best to get the better quality products and things like that. When you first buy them, they're an investment, but when you're actually doing your own hair at home, you'll find that your hair actually does what you're trying to do to it. You know what I mean? So if you're actually doing this, you won't be frustrated because you won't go, oh, I can't do what she's doing because I don't have it at home. Now you can have it at home. I've got stuff here that you can take with you to go with you. Now if you want a one-on-one, I've got classes coming up. It's kind of a, I haven't finished setting them up, but if you're interested, just let me know and I'll put you in. There is going to be, the first few people are going to be able to, I'm going to do a class for like 3 for free, and it's going to be like a little contest, see who gets in first. Anyway, so, and the nice thing about this too, this is kind of a, it's a little thing. When you put your hairdryer down, they tend to want to slide, but this really good one even has little rubber edges on it, so that if you put your hairdryer down, it'll stay where you've placed it, so it won't slide around and less chance for it to slide off and get damaged, right? Okay, so to me, this is the most difficult section to do for when we're doing our own hair, and it's the most important. So you just basically on this section from here down want to make sure that you just get it blown out and get it the more or less the shape you want. Now, if you want that really high-end professional blowout, then you need to do all those directions that I teach you. But in the meantime, if you just want an easier way, like you've got either have a ton of hair or just don't have much time, then just make sure you get those parts down there from here down done quickly so that you can move on. Makes it so much easier. So I'm going to work on the section right in the crown, okay? Fabu hair right there. It's going to be great. You're going to love it. So I've got all the right tools. Turning it on high because it's pretty damp. I didn't really even have to spray this section that much. And obviously I've got a mirror right here, so I'm going to keep looking over there. So now what I'm going to do is take that blow dryer and I'm going to run that brush through those ends while they're on the ends to get them extra smooth, and then I'm going to hit them with that cool air. So when you can get that brush to actually start moving through the hair, it'll make it easier, and that's when you know it's a tell. That is a tell sign. It's a tell that your hair is ready to be styled. And see, as a result, I get a lot of volume, but it smoothed out the ends a lot. Not completely done, but it will be. This is still damp right here. It's a lot smoother, a lot better than it was. And I will still hit it with that iron. Okay, I'm going to turn that off again because I want to section off another section. So I tend to wear my hair parted in sort of in this direction, okay? And so I'm going to come underneath first, and I'm going to drop that section. I'm going to pin it back up. Guys, you can even use If what you have at home are some of these like from Walmart or Sally's, that's fine too. Butterfly clips or alligator clips. You've just got to find what works for you. And, okay. Back on high and high heat. And I'm brushing it towards my face because I want to come up underneath right here, okay? So I'm going to grab the hair from the back first, and I'm going to blow this. Notice I'm pulling it up towards the part. So I'm blowing my hair up towards the top of my head and towards my part. And that'll give me some volume where I need it. So that does a nice job, nice and smoother than it was. Now the section around the face, I don't want to have a ton of volume, but I want a little bit. So I'm not going to pull it so much that way. That's not how I'm going to dry it. What I am going to do is I'm going to just pull it down like this. I've got to come underneath, sorry. So I'm going to come underneath. And I'm not going to have the dryer, it's still rather hot. And you can put it on the bangs. You want to probably put it on the middle, medium heat. And that way it's not too much heat on your bangs. We don't want the fringe to fry. No fried fringe. And I'm cupping underneath the dryer, with the dryer under the brush and blowing the ends towards my face. And that's going to give it, and I'm hitting it with the cooled air. And that's going to give it a nice, see that nice C shape? And then if I pull it back here, it sort of goes into an S shape, see? And then I'm going to bring that all together. Okay? Now I'm going to do the underside of here, actually the back section. So see the sectioning? I'm going to do this section right back here. And since I'm showing you guys, I'm going to go ahead. If I was doing it by myself, I'd probably just leave that clippy off. But I want to be able to, for y'all to be able to see what I'm saying. Okay, so I'm going to get that brush. I'm going to go ahead and place it. And this hair is going to go straight up towards the center of my head. And see, I've got a little angle on that brush. It's not, you have to play with it and feel what is the right direction for you and your hair. And your hairdresser can help you figure that out too. If you haven't come into me to get this done, then you need to do that as well. And I'll help you figure out these sections. So I'm coming underneath. This is the hardest section, right? You know you want this part to stay longest. So make sure you get it good and dry, but you don't like burn your hair. That's where that medium heat comes in. But right now I have it on high heat because it's still pretty damp. And I'm running my hands through it again. I'm going to take that, hold it there. And I'm going to hit this with cooler air, the cool air button. Okay. You see it's smoother. I've got product in my hair that's making it not so easy to run my fingers through. Okay. Let's see if we can blend all that. So I'm going to blend all that hair with a little bit of heat. And then I'm going to run my brush through it again. There we go. Smoother, right? Okay, now many of you guys get perplexed in this section. So you have to decide, do you have bangs? Do you need to let the bangs come down? Drop those bangs in that section. But if you're like me and you tend to wear your hair going, more or less I tend to wear it going back, swooping that way. So I'm going to grab the brush and I'm going to bring it towards my face. I want to get some volume, but I also don't want the volume to, I want the volume to be around my face. Not everybody's going to need to do it like this, but I'm going to show you the way I'm doing mine. And then when you need yours done, you come tell me and we will work on your hair together. Now, I am going to put on medium heat because this is right in the front of my hair. And I don't want my fringe, my bangs to get all burned up. I'm doing it to make it so I can just get it dry without making them crispy, right? Okay, now let's see. Then I'm running my hands through it all. The shape is there, the style is there, and if you notice I went from really frizzy to just a little bit. Now it's almost done, and see I can still feel a slight bit of dampness right through here, so I'm going to put it on medium speed and medium heat, and I'm just going to run it through, make sure that it's dry. Sometimes I'll just I'll show you what I do. Sometimes I just take my hair and do like this, but I do it on the cold setting. And that way it adds volume right at the end. And the longer my hair gets, I definitely have to do that, because what happens is it gets heavy. Okay? So it looks a lot better than it did. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my little lightsaber. It's not a lightsaber, it's my favorite iron. I love this thing. It's my GHD Platinum. That was my GHD Elite. What do we call it? Air Elite. Wonderful stuff. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. When you're doing the iron, you can do a curling iron. So I have curling irons too, but you do the curling iron, you do the straightening iron, whatever you use, you want to make sure that you still clippy off your hair like you do when you're blowing out your hair. If you're not clipping off your hair when you're blowing it out, you're probably having a hard time. So go ahead and do the same thing. Get used to doing it and clip it up. So if you notice, I gently wrapped it, and I didn't crease it because I've just dried it. So I don't want it to create a new shape with my hair. So if you see, it's kind of floppy. So what I did, I'll show you again. I took my hair and I gently ran my hands through it, and I'm not tightly doing this. I'm doing this really gently, okay? And then I am just wrapping around itself, doing kind of a loose twist, and then I'm just gonna pin that down. Now, not so much of a crease will happen when you do this, okay? Now, I'm going to go ahead and grab that section right through here, from ear to ear, across the back. Again, gently, but my hair's, I've got to hold on to it too, so gently but firmly. So there's that one's up. Now, I'm going to run here's how to get that sort of beach wave look, is to go back, start back away from the face, and then go towards your face. So actually, I'm going to take this on over to Instagram, which is, I'm on Instagram at Fontaine Beauty at Instagram. So please come join me over there, and you can watch me finish doing my hair. Thanks, bye.